Hey guys, thanks for tuning into Stage 7 of Desert Brutality 2018. This stage has been brought to you by Faxon, manufacturers of excellent barrels for AR-15s and all manner of other firearms.
As seen as all over the What Would Stoner Do project. I love me my pencil barrel.
Yes, indeed.
Yes.
Alright, so this is our 7th stage of the match. This is probably the most difficult stage in the match, at least from what we've heard from everyone. You start halfway up this pretty steep hill.
Yep.
Well, maybe 2/3 of the way up, let's be honest. Then you run to the top of the hill and you turn left and you go to this really decrepit sand bunker position, load your rifle, and you engage 3 half-size IPSC targets that are at about 200 yards
I think they're about
200 yards across a canyon. There's a little bit of a visual assistance in that there's cones next to them, but they're not right next to them. The cones just sort of say, there's a target here.
In this vicinity.
And from those 3 targets on the sand bunker, you actually have to get 2 hits, 2 hits, 2 hits.
And then repeat the whole thing a second time.
2 hits, 2 hits. So you need to get 12 hits from there.
We should point out that these targets are not painted.
Oh no.
And they are rather difficult to see.
We have run this match with the same policy as always, as a no paint policy.
Yep.
So then you safe the gun and you run to another sand bunker position, but this one has a slit, a firing slit cut out of it. Pretty narrow.
A firing slit that was designed by some sort of person who has never actually wanted to make shooting easy.
Yeah.
Because it is too high to use a bipod or go prone,
Yep.
and too low to shoot kneeling, and you end up within this weird, like, yoga downward dog ad hoc, really crappy shooting position.
I would argue it was designed by someone who knew exactly how to make that port exactly like that.
I think you're correct.
Okay, then once you get, so then the same targets, but now they've changed position, you engage them with 2, 2, and 2 from there. So not 2 sweeps, but 1.
Yep.
Then you safe the gun and you run further up this wonderful mountain, and then there's a wall prop in this essentially burned down building here, quite literally. And from there are full-size IPSC or IDPA targets out at 300 something.
No, I think they're a little closer. I thought they were more like 175.
No.
I think they're a little closer than the first match.
Okay, let's say 200 to split the middle between us. But they're full size, but they're across another canyon. From there, you have to get 2 hits on each. Then you have to safe the gun. You have to get on a rooftop prop and get another 2 hits on each from the top of the rooftop prop. You can have 5 minutes to do this whole thing. And from what we're hearing, almost everyone is not making it.
All right, well, let's see if we do.
Let's find out.
Bottom left cone, first target is to the right of that. 2 shots each target, 2 sweeps through. Safety. Hit! Hit! Second target. Second target's above the first. Hit! Hit! Third target. You are slightly low. Hit! Hit! Back to first target. Back to first target, sir.
First target again!
First target. Slightly high. Hit! Hit! Second target. Hit! Hit! Third target. Hit! Hit! Make safe and move.
That's not a bad idea.
Gotta kind of do a sideways half tone.
Yeah.
Hi.
Second target.
For me, particularly, I don't like variables. They're too irely. There's always some position or some movement that you run into that it just doesn't.
Well, if I had thought about it, I could have dialed that power down quite a lot.
Well, you're on 6. Yeah, 6. Unless
Here, you're done. Go ahead.
Stand by. Bottom left cone. First target is to the right of that. 2 hits. Each target. 2 sweeps through. Hit. Second target. Hit. Hit. Third target. Left. Move in right. Slightly high. Slightly high. 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 Low. Slightly up. Quick. Hey. Slightly right. Move in left. Slightly high. Move down. So close. Move up a quarter target. Move down a quarter target. Hit. Back to first. Hit. High. Hit. Second target. Hit. Hit. Third target. High. Low. Hit. Hit. Make safe and move. High.
Get off your muzzle.
Hit. 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 Hit.
Go ahead and hand me the weapon.
You did it.
Sit down.
And the sun glinting off the inside of my glasses. Whew. All right, game's back on now.
Yeah, it actually is. Surprises me. You know what's funny is when you talk about this, and I mean, it's obvious. After the first stage of the day, I didn't do like I would have liked. And yesterday, the first stage of the day, I didn't do as well as I would have liked. And so you, after stage 1, or our first stage today, stage 5, you had what, 50-something seconds on me.
I picked up a nice substantial lead, and then I just lost it all.
Well, you were just kicking
Plus
ass.
some.
Well, you kicked some serious ass there. But then we get to this stage, and this stage is, I don't know, long range, I hesitate to say, but in these field conditions, this is long range.
They're difficult targets.
Very difficult to see targets across a canyon at distances of over 250 to 300 yards. Okay, so that's a challenging thing. Honestly, we heard so many people saying, everyone's parring out. It's just a par out stage, like everyone. So when I got out the Galil today after my performance on stage 5, our first day, I was like, well, here's my par out time. I got up there and whoa, I did it in 190 seconds. How okay? And at that point happened, honestly, even though you were beating me, when it was your turn, I was like, I hope Ian finishes 2. Because I would like to do well, whether you win or I do. It would be nice to win because you win versus someone else is not.
I actually went into this one thinking it was going to go really well.
You went into this positive with all the negativity around it.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, God, no.
All right.
Why would I?
There was a lot of negativity on this stage.
No, I was not worried about it.
Okay, good.
However, and that was kind of vindicated right at the very beginning.
Yes.
Did great on the first couple of engagements.
Yep.
And then I had a series of things, obviously, that led to less than satisfactory shooting. The very first one, and this is something that I've known about, but at matches, you don't usually get a chance to actually experience it, and that is shooting positions that are not flat.
Yes.
So the bipod on this is fantastic and very useful, but these are not adjustable in any way, and there is no pivot on this.
Right.
So the first 2 targets here were nice and flat, and then I had to turn to get to the third one, and now my shooting surface is tilted.
So now you've got a sight picture that's that.
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
And at 50 yards, that doesn't matter.
No.
At 200 yards, that starts to matter.
Does.
And so then it was a game of, do I hold one bipod leg up? Do I try and hold the sights in the right place to shoot at an angle? Played with that. I got the hits eventually.
Yeah, you did.
And then moving to the barricade, what my original goal had been just slide this has a really nice flat bottom of the gun.
This is excellent.
Slide that right onto the bottom of the port. Presto.
Yep.
Problem was just a little bit too tall. And so when I did that, I got a sight picture of a 2x6.
Yeah, because you're shooting through a port, and if you got on the nice rest, which by the way, this is floated.
Yep.
You're on the floated spot. You couldn't see yourself.
Couldn't see the target.
Okay.
So what I did, and I think you were yelling at me about this.
I did only once because I didn't want to bother you.
I moved it back onto the barrel and this, what is on the real FAMAS, a rifle grenade.
What is it now? A trunnion, you think?
Yeah, it's just some doodle on there.
Let's call it a trunnion-like thing.
I moved it back onto that, and I was trying consciously to put no pressure on it.
Okay.
And that sort of kind of worked. I did eventually get all those hits as well.
You did? Let me say one thing. The reason I yelled at you at that point is because I didn't know about this per se, but I saw you resting on the barrel.
Yep.
And actually, when I did yell, you were actually on the muzzle at one point. But when I said that, the reason I said that is there was a couple in a row where the guy spotting said hi.
Right.
And I thought you were putting weight on the barrel, and I didn't want you to par out because you're on the barrel.
I probably was a bit at that point.
All right.
And then last position was a weird thing that I had not ever had happen before. And that was, this sounds like a stupid excuse, but I had sunlight come in over the top of my glasses, reflect off the inside of my shooting glasses, and create a big bright spot in the middle of my sight picture.
Wow.
And so if you watch, what I did in there is I ended up shooting it like this.
I saw you do that.
And that created a shadow and allowed me to, once you could see the targets, then you can hit them.
2 things on that.
So-
One, I love yellows.
And they're wraparound and they're bigger.
They make the field conditions better. The second thing I would say to that, when you see the operators in the field nowadays with their baseball caps, there's a reason. Your beret looks awesome. You have a lot of elan, but if you had a cap with a brim or even like a boonie, that would have probably evaded that problem.
You know, the reason neither of us are doing that is because those things usually get in the way more than they help in our experience.
It would have helped there, though.
It would have been good on that particular one.
Totally. Yep.
So,
interesting.
yeah, I wish I'd done it better. I am very happy that I got all the hits.
I think you did exceptionally well considering that so many people parred out and you did not.
That is true.
You finished the hardest. I think this is clearly, in terms of shooting, in terms of a shooting challenge,
this is the hardest stage of this entire match, for
Yes,
sure.
it is.
And so as a result, you didn't par out, while most people did, with iron sights, and most people are running optics or red dots. I think that says a lot about not only how much your shooting's improved, but how much this rifle actually serves you well.
Unfortunately, the only standard of measurement I have to use is you.
Well, fair enough. Yep.
So we have now about 10 seconds between us.
Yeah, and I actually gained on you now?
You've got somewhere between 10 and 15 seconds on me at this point. Viewers we may have the math on the screen now anyway.
I don't know.
But here at the moment, we haven't done the math. But we've got one stage left, and it all comes down to that.
It comes down to the last and 8th stage of the entire event. That's
I
interesting.
want
Between us.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But and that's so I'm gonna assume, I don't know, maybe there's someone out here in Classic that's just kicking our nuts in and I don't know about it. But we're the two Classic guys I was expecting to do, at least one of us to do well.
Yeah.
So
we're both doing really well.
Well, I think we're vying for now who might win Classic. In my mind, I'm vying for who might win Classic.
I think we're going for 1 and 2 in Classic.
Maybe someone else has already beat us and I don't know about it. Well, we'll find out at the end. You don't know until the scores go up.
But
the Wailing Wall.
I want it.
I know you do.
I want it bad.
You want it more than I do. What I don't want is the comments. That's the truth. If you want to be like, that's awesome, now I got to read the YouTube comments.
We'll just not publish the video if I win.
No, we will publish it. That's seriously, but no, this
All
is
right.
good. And the performance between both of us, for the most part, has been, I think, better than expected, in my opinion, for both of us. So, pretty cool.
All right, let's finish this off.
Stage 8.
Stand by. Bottom left orange cone. First target is to the right of that. 2 hits each target. 2 sweeps through. Hit! High! Low! Unknown. Hit! Second target. Hit! Unknown. No idea. Don't know. Hit! Third target. Right. Move left. Move left. High. High. Hit! Heard a hit. Post. Hit! Back to first. Low, move high. Low, high, high. Hit! Hit! Second target. Hit! Hit! Third target. Hit! Hit! Safe and move. Nice.
Calling my hits?
He is.
Fuck.
left. Hit.
Next target.
Second target. Hit. Hit. Third target. Hit. Yep, safe and move.
Two each.
One, two. 1, 2. You're good.
You move.
One, two, one. Good.
All right, when you're done, go ahead and have me run. Go ahead and unload and show clear, and replace your chamber bag. There we go. Cool. There we go. Go ahead and pull it back a little bit. There you go. 797. All right. You're all set.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you.
What's the time?
294.
Yeah.